स्वागत है आप सबको पीजी स्पेशल्स में। तो अभी तक जीपैट के प्रिपरेशन और डिटेल्स को लेके बहुत सारे वीडियोस ही हमने इस चैनल में अपलोड कर दिया है, आप जाके देख सकते हैं। लेकिन इस वीडियो में हम एक बहुत ही क्रूशियल टॉपिक के बारे में बात करेंगे। हम जानेंगे कि जीपैट प्रिपरेशन के लिए आपको कौन सा बुक्स पढ़ना चाहिए और आपको कौन से बुक्स रेफ़र करना चाहिए इफ़ यू रियली वांट टू प्रिपेयर फॉर जीपैट वेल। और ये इन्फॉर्मेशन हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगे राजदीप माझी, जिन्होंने जीपैट 2020 में अपीयर किए थे और उसको क्वालिफाई भी किए थे विद एन ऑल इंडिया रैंक ऑफ 660। और वो ये कर पाए थे क्योंकि उनको पता था कि उनको कौन सा बुक्स पढ़ने हैं और कौन सा बुक्स को उनको इग्नोर करना है। तो चलिए वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं, लेकिन उससे पहले लेट्स रोल द इंट्रो।
Hi guys, I am Rajdeep Maji and today I will say about some of the important topics and important books which I felt was important for GPAT. So we all know like pharmacology, pharmaceutics, medicinal chemistry and pharmacognosy, the four important subjects in GPAT. In GPAT around 25 questions or 30 questions come in pharmaceutics. So for me I studied Lieberman-Lackman and some notes and also the Pearson Guide to GPAT by Umang Shah. So if I segregate the topics like for tablet, capsules, aerosols and parenterals, I followed Lieberman-Lackman as well as GDC notes. And for NDDS, that is, I followed Brahmankar. And like for cosmetics like lipstick, shampoo and all those things, I started from Mittal. Like first you need to segregate these things. Tablet and capsule are the most important parts. You need to cover all those things, and from Lieberman-Lackman you need to cover the charts. We will tell you regarding all the things like how to remember the charts and what are the important things in those charts. Like you can't remember the concentration and all, just remember the important points. For example, if I say like for capsule, just which is the largest size of capsule, we all know like 000. However, if someone says what is the actual volume, sometimes we forget. Like we need to remember it's 1.37, and there are some techniques which we can follow to remember all those data, which we will tell later. And this I guess is for pharmaceutics. And regarding pharmacology, there are the most important books I will say for that is Essentials of Medical Pharmacology by K.D. Tripathi, and also I followed one more book, that is Garg and Sparsh. In Garg and Sparsh there are lots of mnemonics there, and the important topics are well explained, so you can find a lot of questions at the back. And actually the mnemonics also helps a lot there, because sometimes the mnemonics also helps us a lot. Like I can give you one example, like for adverse effects of phenytoin, there was a mnemonic called Hot Malika. So H stands for histidism, O stands for osteomalacia, and like those things. So in pharmacology we need to study the chemotherapy, the ANS, the CNS. These three parts are the most important, and we need to practice more and more MCQs from there. And one more thing, just do not forget to read the classification, and believe me, the classifications can all be memorized with some mnemonics, with some little what will I say, like some logic and all the classifications can be remembered. And do study the adverse effects, they're the most important things which usually come in GPAT. And for I guess in pharmacology there comes around 20 to 25 questions. And then I will go for medicinal chemistry. In medicinal chemistry I used to follow Umang Shah's those charts. Like there in Umang Shah, if you see, you will find there are a lot of charts there. I used to remember them. And the most important thing which usually comes in GPAT is the starting material, the end product, and the catalyst or the reagents used there, and the name of the reaction. The name of the reactions are the most important. Like I can say, like they can give you what is Suzuki reaction, what is Heck reaction, what is Oxy-Cope rearrangement. All these things you need to remember. Just focus that in case of medicinal chemistry you need not to study all the things, just go through the things just analyze the papers, see what kind of questions are going there and coming there, and just follow those. You do not need to remember all the steps that are followed in medicinal chemistry. You do not need to do that. Now all the three parts are covered. Now I will go for pharmaceutical analysis. It is the most important subject and it's really interesting. So in case of mine, I followed Y.S. Sharma, and there is one book called Pavia. In Pavia, you will see in case of NMR, UV and IR, all the concepts are given. They can clear all the concepts to you, the book actually. And for the IR range, there actually you need to remember the ranges. Just for example, if you can remember that for aldehyde, the range is around 1725 centimeter inverse. For the after that, ketone will be a bit less, like 1715 centimeter inverse. Like we in our lectures, we will show you how to remember all those things. And other than that, in case of chromatography, I followed Remington. It's well written there. You just need to follow the concepts and just go through the books, read the questions again and again, what is needed. Like in stationary phase, what is the component is polar, which is non-polar. You need to remember all those things. Like in case of one question I can remember, like in GPAT 2020 there was a question which came, like in gas liquid chromatography, how do we separate the things, like is it partition or adsorption. These small important concepts you need to remember. Other than that, you do not need to study a lot in pharmaceutical chemistry. And yes, if HPLC, TLC excites you a lot, you can study those, like what is the pressure needed in HPLC, all those things. Now if I come for pharmacognosy, I followed Kokate and again the Umangsha book. In Umangsha, you will see that there is a chart where there is given biological source, the important constituents, and the common name, which are most important. They are asked in GPAT. But if you see the trend in 2020 and 2019, the pharmacognosy questions were a bit tough and a bit out of syllabus too. So you do not need to focus a lot on that. Just remember the important parts. Like I can say, if you can remember the stomata, the diacytic stomata, parasitic stomata, the tracheids and all, and the common name, they are the most important thing. Just follow a chart and we'll show you how to remember those things. They're actually very easy to remember. Well, in pharmacognosy, you need to study all the tests, like for alkaloid tests, the glycoside tests, and just remember in case of alkaloids, which is a pseudo-alkaloid, which is a proto-alkaloid, what is beta-limonene test, what color does it give. Actually, there are all techniques, how to remember those things. Just give tests or just go through the book every day, you will remember all those things. And now I come to organic chemistry. In case of organic chemistry, I followed Morrison Boyd and the concepts in class 11 and 12. Like in organic chemistry, you first need to go through all the things in like inductive effect, hyperconjugation, resonance, and E1CB reaction, elimination reaction, substitution reaction, the basic concepts. What are those concepts? Just go through this. Practice easy questions, not so tough. Like practice a question where substitution reaction is going there, how the reagents are acting there. Just go through this. I studied Morrison Boyd and it's well written here. You can go through 11-12 books also, they can help you. And after that, there comes a subject called jurisprudence. I actually followed Kokate's forensic pharmacy book, where there was written all the schedules, and most importantly, the questions every year come from the schedules. You need to remember all the schedules, and there is actually a technique to remember all those things. We will show you in the lectures how to remember those things. And like in every year the question comes, how many members are there in the DTAB, with the ex-official member. Just remember those things. Make a chart. State Pharmacy Counseling, how many are nominated members, who are those. Just go through this. Do not need to study all the jurisprudence. Well, the magic effect and the Pregnancy Act 1971, remember those dates. It can help you. And for all those things are cleared, now I will come for microbiology. I followed the Pearson guide. There is you can see that there was written a lot of like stainings and all. You can remember those, and also autoclave temperature. Just go through the previous years. I will say that later. For in case of microbiology, you also need to go through the microscope. Thus, microscopes part is most important there, and also the autoclave I said. And yeah, these are all the things like antibiotic assay, the organisms and all, go through this. And for biotechnology, just go through 11-12 books, application of biotechnology and principles of biotechnology from NCERT book. Go through that, study the agrobacterium tumefaciens part, study the vector part, what is a probe, what is a vector, what is the actual definition, go through that, it will cover. For physical pharmacy and dispensing pharmacy, I followed Martin. Physical pharmacy, and also you can follow the notes given in Umangsha also, it can help you. The most important chapter of them is rheology. Go through that, what is rheopexy, what is thixotrophy, what is the time dependent phenomena, what are those units, just go through this. This can help, and solve as many previous years papers. So now I can say that regarding the reference books which I followed GPAT Companion by Inamdar ma'am. It's a great book. And also Umangsha, I just said all through this lecture, and those two books. And after that I followed, there is one book which is called as Fundamentals of GPAT by Sachin Kumar Jadhav. It's a great book, you can follow that book also. And the GDC notes are great, like for pharmaceutics and all, the notes are really great. And yeah, that's all. And if you have any doubt regarding all these things, you can comment. And thanks Shorodi for giving me an opportunity to say all these things. And if you need some books are available as hard copy, some as PDFs. So if you need those books, you can comment and you can contact me also. I can send you the PDFs if I have those books. Most of the books I have. Well, we will try those later. And yes, that's all.